guys, I'm back with another video. I wanted to do an updated VIVAIA review because they sent me 2 more shoes. Last year I did 3 shoes, 1 pair of heels and 2 pairs of flats. So I wanted to check back in with my progress on how I've enjoyed those 3 previous shoes, as well as review the 2 new shoes that they sent me. The first pair of shoes they sent me were the Miley flats, which they did not have last year. If they had these last year, I definitely would have bought them because I love the square toe. It actually comes with 3 different lace options. Right now I have the polka dotted black one, but you can switch it out for the gingham one, you can switch it out for the all black, and some of them are longer and shorter, so you can actually tie it around your ankle. Right now my favorite is the polka dot, but I honestly am kind of in love with all of them. I do love the customizability. They are the same comfortability as the previous flats that I received. So they're extremely breathable, very comfortable, very flexible. I mean, you can fold them in half. My second favorite thing that I love about them is just how light they are. I mean, they're just extremely compact. You can always travel with them, and as someone who travels pretty frequently because I'm in a long distance relationship, it's much appreciated. The next shoe that I received were the Philippa boots, which are essentially these knee-high knit material boots that I really wanted because I just threw away my other knee-high boots that I had because they were 2 sizes too big. So I was like, you know what, it's just not worth it. These are a perfect fit. I got a 41, I believe. I'm a US size 9, so a 41 in these boots fit perfectly with socks. And then in the Miley flats, I got a 40 because, again, I'm a size 9. So they're pretty true to size. I'd say just get your normal size. What's cool about the Philippa boots is that they're so warm. Like, one thing I knew I wanted to repurchase knee-high boots because in the winter, even if you're wearing long pants, having like a boot that goes all the way up to your knees is so essential for keeping warm. I live in the Northeast, so that's very important. But not only is it warm because it covers your legs, it's also warm because it has a wool lining. So it's like wearing a fleece jacket, but on your legs. And then in terms of the style, I mean, I personally like this style. I don't think it's necessarily trendy because a lot of people seem to be wearing high-heeled boots, but I've walked around to work and around the office in these boots, traveling, commuting, and I don't feel any uncomfortability. Like, the flats, you do kind of have to break them in, as well as the heels that I ordered last year, but these boots didn't really require any breaking in. And maybe that's because I wore thick socks, but that was my experience with them. They're very slim fitting, so they just feel very flattering. And whenever I'm wearing like mini skirts or dresses, I feel like this with tights or knee-high socks with the dress is very cute. By the way, if you want to see me style these shoes, just go to my TikTok. I think I might post it on YouTube Shorts though too, so just go to my shorts, I'll have them there. And then the last thing I wanted to mention, which is pretty cool about these boots, is that they're water resistant. I actually haven't tested that out because it hasn't been raining, but that is what the website says. And I'm going to travel to Europe soon for the first time, and I need waterproof boots, or water resistant boots. So this hopefully will come in clutch. Maybe in the description box, I'll like update you about what my experience was in terms of whether or not it was water repelling, but it says that it will, so I kind of believe that they will. Anyways, overall, I do really like these boots. I typically go for a leather boot, but honestly, like, I'm not sad about how this isn't leather because you can't really tell from far away, and they're warmer. So for the price, I'd say you're getting some great shoes. I think I covered sizing, comfortability. If you guys have any more questions for me, please leave them in the comments below. But I also did want to do a little check-in for the shoes that I bought last year, just so you know like how I'm still feeling about them, if my comfort level changed, if my opinion changed. That way you could know, like, I don't know, if you're on no one's gonna buy like 5 pairs of shoes. I think most people aren't going to buy 5 pairs of shoes, but if you're like trying to decide what you want to buy, then like this would be my ranking personally, but obviously it's based on personal preference. My first love is going to be the VIVAIA Miley flats. These are just so cute, and I love how you can switch up the laces because each lace just like gives a very different vibe. Like I probably wouldn't wear the polka dot ones to work, but I would definitely wear the all black ones to work. My second favorite shoes would probably be the red Margot flats that I have. I actually don't have them with me because, like I said, I'm in a long distance relationship. I kept 2 of my flats at his apartment, which is in a different state. So I don't have them with me, but I do love them.
The
I mean,
adapt all
that's
strap,
all
which
I
just
wear
means
when
that
I
the
go
strap
to
is
that
like
state.
very flexible, and
In
there are also
terms of
multiple holes
kind of
available. This one
updated
actually,
feel,
there aren't any holes,
don't
but you could
think
just
that I would
puncture it
consider
through the fabric
any
because
of
it is
these
so
flats
soft.
to be like
And then the
long-distance
knit
approved.
upper
Like, if
is
you're
made from
walking
plastic bottles,
10
and they're packaged
miles,
with 90%
I don't know if
recycled
you
and
should be wearing
100%
these.
recycled.
That's a pretty crazy decision. But if you're just like walking around town for, I don't know, like 3 miles, I think it's fine. At 3rd mile, my feet are probably hurting a little bit, but if you put a band-aid in the back of your feet, it like goes away completely. So that is a trick. If you're gonna put a band-aid, then you could walk 10 miles, I guess. If you have really strong feet, maybe you'll feel differently, but I don't. My 3rd favorite would have to be the Philippa boots. I actually do really love them. Like, I was concerned about this sort of knit wool material until I got them and I realized, like, damn, my legs are being kept warm. So I think they're a great purchase. They look exactly like my old knee-high black boots, like platform black boots. So if you're in the market for some and you live in a cold area, they'd be perfect. Like I said, I think the best part about them is that I didn't have to break them in and they're just instantly comfortable. My 4th pair of favorite shoes from VIVAIA has to be the Nelly black Mary Janes, I believe. They're like the almond toe Mary Janes, yeah. They're great. I feel like they actually are probably the most comfortable because unlike the Margaux and the Mileys, they don't have like such a, I mean, this is not like a hard shell, like they're all foldable and bendable. I can't bend
They have a heel patch for added comfort, the suede-like integrated insole, the rubber outsole,
are even more
and they're packaged with 100% recycled.
Comfortable to begin with, like they didn't require as much breaking in. I would say they rank 4th because me personally, my personal style, I don't love the almond toe. Like I love the square toe. I don't know why. I'm not a former ballerina, but I just think they're really beautiful. So that's what I have to say about that. Just to briefly mention the sizing. So all of these shoes I got a 40 in, which is a size US 9, except for the Philippa boots, which I received in a 41 because I'm pretty sure they ran out of 40, but the 41 fits me perfectly with socks. The last shoe that I want to discuss, which is like, I guess you could consider them my least favorite of the bunch, which is true, but it's not because I don't think they're stunning and they're comfortable. It's because I'm already 5'9". So for me to wear heels is like a lot and I don't frequently wear them. I did want to have them in my collection, but I've only worn these once out simply because A, I don't really go out that often, but B, like I tend to not opt for heels when I'm going out. They're not super big, like they look like 2 inches. I'll put the exact, measurement here, but they're beautiful. However, I just don't wear heels very often. Okay, that was my input. I hope you guys got something from this video. If you're curious about any of the shoes that I reviewed, please leave me a question in the comments and I'd be happy to answer. Yes, I was sent these, but this is my honest feedback. Like I wouldn't have taken this brand deal if I didn't feel so strongly about the shoes themselves. They're all very comfortable and that for me is probably the most important aspect. Shipping was very fast. Customer service is awesome. I loved working with the brand last year and they wanted to work with me again this year, which I thought was awesome. So thank you VIVAIA for sending me these shoes in the first place. And yeah, if you guys are in the market for some flats, for some winter boots, for some heels, and you like this type of style, check VIVAIA out. All right, I'm gonna catch you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.